Hey, what's up, you guys? It's Bam. So how's your day going? That's good. And if your day's going bad, I hope it gets better. So today I'm going to be telling you guys the story about my miscarriage. I have kind of said some stuff about it on my live streams, but I've been wanting to save the story for a video. So I'm going to try to make this not as short as possible, but not too long. So first, I'm going to start out by saying I started sleeping with this dude, and I had met him. I can't remember if I met him off Tinder, which doesn't make me look good at all, but I think it was, I think I met him prior to Tinder, and then I stopped talking to him and then saw him again on Tinder. Anyway, so we started sleeping together, and we'd been sleeping together for like a month. And the whole time we were sleeping together, like, we had like strict rules, like we weren't gonna, like, he wasn't gonna come to me, like, just like stuff like that. Like, we weren't really dating or anything, we were just fuck buddies basically. So we had been sleeping together for about a month, no problems out of him, and he would just come over on random nights, and he would spend the night and then he'd leave. Like, it was just casual, you know? Well, on, what day was it? I have stuff pulled up right here. On April 11th, he came over around 3 in the morning, kinda, and we had sex or whatever. Well, when we were having sex, it just went a certain way every time. Like, he would come on my ass. Sorry if you don't want to hear this, skip the video, but he would come on my ass and then we'd be done, like, you know? Well, he stopped having sex, and I was like, well, where did he come? Because I know he didn't come on my ass like normal. So he goes to the bathroom and he comes back. I'm like, where did you come? And he was like, oh, on your ass. And I was like, no, you didn't. He was like, yeah, it was just a little bit though. And I was like, I don't feel any, but okay. So I went to the bathroom, and then we went to bed. But the whole night I was thinking, he's definitely lying to me. There's no way he came on my ass. So he usually left early in the morning, so he got up and he had left. So I texted him. I said, so where did you really come? Because it wasn't on my ass. And he said, you want a Plan B pill? And I said, and you said on the phone you wouldn't have sex, and you started having sex. Lies after lies, dude. I can't take it anymore. Because I didn't want to have sex that night. He said, oh, it's fine, I can just come over and spend the night and we can spend some time together. Because we were kind of starting to talk as like a relationship. But it was like not really started yet. And that's why he was going to come over and not have sex. But we ended up still having sex. I said, dude, I can't take it anymore. And then I said, when he said, you want the Plan B pill? I said, see, you're a fucking liar. I can't stand that. Excuse me. Sorry, I just ate, so I've been burping a lot. And then he said, then let's stop. I said, did you come? I said, you did come at me, didn't you? He said, I barely even nutted. Want a pill? And I said, but was it in me? Answer the questions. He said, a little bit. I said, bring me the pill right now. Why would you do that? Oh my God. He said, oh my God. I'll see you in a minute. I said, what if I get pregnant, dude? What are you going to do then? I said, just put it on my porch and leave. I don't want to see you. He said, you're not going to get pregnant and take it in front of me. I said, why? He said, to see if you really take it. I said, stupid. I'm the fucking one who doesn't want to get pregnant. You're the one who came at me. What the fuck? I said, how far away are you? And then I said, hello. And then he said, I'm getting it. I said, where are you? He said, Walgreens. And I said, okay, hurry, please. I'm freaking out. I said, where are you? He said, about to pull up. Open the door. And then when he got here, I started cussing him out. I was like, fuck you. I never want to see you again. Like, I was going off. And I slammed the door in his face. and I didn't take the pill in front of him. I came in here and I took the Plan B, and I thought all was well. I texted him, I said, I never want to see you again. How you treat me last night, after how you treated me last night. And if I do end up pregnant, you'll just make me do it alone anyways. So don't worry about checking up. I said, you never gave a fuck about me. It was all just using me for sex, you piece of shit. Which, I was kind of using him for sex too. So that part, I kind of really couldn't say. And I said, I love how... Oh, that part was different. So, then, it was probably 2 weeks. I didn't think anything of it. And so I have a period tracking app. And I was supposed to start my period on... So I had sex on April 11th. And I was supposed to start my period on April 30th. And then I never did. So I took a pregnancy test on April 30th. I think that's when it was. And I'm pretty sure I still have the picture. Hang on. I need to see my first pregnancy test. Yeah, it was this one. Hang on, let me scoot closer so you can see this. You can see that they both clearly say pregnant. And so, let me see what the dates on this was. No, this was May 2nd when I took those. Sorry, that's kind of loud. So I took those on May 2nd, and I was freaking out. I was like, what the fuck? I'm pregnant. What the fuck? So I go over to Brandy's house, and she's like, what the fuck? Like, you're pregnant. And I, like, got kind of excited, and I don't know... Excuse me. I got excited, and I don't know why. Like, I just, like... The thought of being a mom just sounded, like, amazing, kind of. Even though I knew I was way too young and I was not ready for a baby at all, I, like, got excited. And I started I told my brother, I told my sister, who else did I tell? I told a couple people, and I was just getting excited. So then, in this picture you can see, I went to the doctor to get a pee test done, just to double check. Well, when I went and got the pee test done, theirs said negative, so I was a little confused. I was like, so am I pregnant or am I not pregnant? So then I left, and they had taken my blood because they were going to see what my HCG levels were. Well, they took my HCG levels and they called me back, and they were like, okay, well, they're slightly elevated, but not enough to know. So wait a couple days and then go back and get some more. And I was like, okay. So then I was freaking out. So I kept on and I kept on taking pregnancy tests. You can see they're all positive. They're all positive. So I was just going crazy with pregnancy tests. So then you can see this one. It said yes. Like, I was pretty positive I was pregnant. So then I go to work. That was a Sunday. And I go to work on Monday. And when I got to work, I went to the bathroom. And I had started bleeding. So I was like, am I starting my period? I don't know. So I started freaking out and I started crying. I started having so much anxiety. So I told my supervisor, I was like, hey, I'm bleeding. Like, I'm freaking out. I just want to go to the doctor. She's like, okay, that's fine. So I left work. And I went to my doctor that I usually see, and she took my blood, and maybe she didn't take my blood. No, she told me to go to Glasgow, which is like 30 minutes from here. Told me to go to Glasgow to get blood work done and to get an ultrasound done. So I went to Glasgow, and they took my blood, and they did an ultrasound, which hurt so bad. They did a vaginal ultrasound, and they sent me home, and I went home and fell asleep. Got a phone call a couple hours later, and they're like, your HCG levels have rose again. They went from like 50 to 60, so they're like, it's pretty positive that you're pregnant. And so then my other doctor excuse me, my other doctor from my town, she called me and she was like, so they looked at the ultrasound and there's nothing shown up yet, but it could just be too early. So I was like, okay. And then eventually it got to where I was taking a lot of pregnancy tests. They were still all positive. And here's a video of when I was getting my ultrasound done. So yeah, and when I had the ultrasound done, I bled a lot. I was bleeding a lot. So I bled for like 10 days straight. And when I stopped bleeding, I took another pregnancy test and it was still positive. So I was confused. So she told me to come back in on that following Friday to get more blood work done. And so I came in and we did more blood work. And when they did the ultrasound, they had found out that I had cysts on my right ovaries. And those have been hurting me a lot here recently. But anyway, so we did more blood work and she was like, well, if these, she was already telling me that she thought it was a miscarriage. And so we did more blood work to see my HCG levels and they had slightly went down. And so she's like, come back in a couple days and we will see what your HCG levels are then. So at that point, like, I was kind of like, I don't know how to describe it. Like, I knew I wasn't ready for a baby, but I never really knew the pain of losing a baby until I did. I was only like a month pregnant, I think. Maybe not even a month. I don't know. But it was like, the pain really didn't set in until like last week, and like I'm still going through some pain. Like I'll cry out of nowhere and it's just like hard. But so I just moved my camera. Hang on. So hang on. So then I went back and they looked at my HCG levels again and they were at like 12 maybe. And that was basically like showing that it's just making its way back down to 0. And honestly, I wasn't sad at first, but I got more and more sad because like I've been around kids my whole life, but just like my mom died when I was young, so I didn't really have a mom. And just knowing that I was gonna be a mom to like a little boy or a little girl like made me happy. But then I had a miscarriage and it just like really sucked. And it still sucks, and it's gonna continue to suck, but everybody's like, it'll get better, God makes a plan for everyone. And I do agree, like, I do think that God makes a plan for everyone. But it just sucks, because I feel like everybody in my life just, like, leaves or they die, and it sucks. Because you get so excited for a new chapter in your life, and then it just gets shut down. So it was really hard, and it's still really hard. Anyway, so I wasn't going to tell the dude that I was pregnant because he's a piece of shit and he didn't even care in the first place. But then I texted him and I said, hey, I just wanted to let you know you got me pregnant, but hey, don't worry about it. I had a miscarriage, so I hope you're happy. And he blocked me. So he obviously did not give a fuck. And he told me he just came in me because he wanted to see what it felt like. So it was basically for his own pleasure. And that was really hard. and with all this happening, I've like lost so many people. I've lost some friends along the way, and I just feel like really alone, and it's just hard going through this stuff when I'm alone like 90% of my like time throughout the day. Like the only time I really get to see somebody is like if I hang out with Austin like a little bit, but me and him haven't really seen each other here recently. Me and Brandy stopped being friends, and I try not to show that it like upsets me, because it doesn't seem like it upsets her, but like I try to have this thick skin, but in reality, like I miss the fuck out of her, and I miss her kids. And I just bottle up all these feelings, and I hate talking about my feelings, but like after you hang out with someone every day of your life, and then I don't know, where like y'all just like aren't friends anymore, like it's really hard. Like her mom and Austin's mom has basically been my mom since I was like 10 years old. Like she's always been there for me, and she still says she's there for me, but it's just hard because I know Brady doesn't want to be around me anymore. So I try not to like be around her. Like I try not to go to her mom's house or anything, because I don't know if she'll be there. And then when I hang out with Austin, Brady shows up, so I really can't hang out with Austin that often. But it's just hard because I feel like I'm in this alone. And yeah, I have my dad and my stepmom and my brother and my sister and everything, but it's just hard, and I don't know how to get through it, honestly. And everybody tells me that it's gonna be okay, but it doesn't feel like it's gonna be okay. But that's my story. I had a miscarriage, and they said it was a spontaneous miscarriage, but they don't know if it was, like, they don't know if I'll be able to have kids in the future, or if it was just like, they don't know what caused it. And I go back in a couple weeks to see if my sister's still there, or if, like, just a lot of things are happening. Oh, but that's all. I had a good cry with you guys. I just let out a lot of emotion, but I wanted to finally put this on YouTube so that y'all could see it and know everything that happened. I might have missed some stuff, but I don't really think I did. I think I hit all the key points. But I love you guys. I hope you have a good rest of your day or night. And I'll catch you back here whenever. Bye.